Yeah, what's up, guys? It's Wierd here again. So it's been pretty much like 7 days since I made the Zenitsu transformation. That's my last. Basically, I have no idea of what to do again. Today's video is me finding a way to learn character animation without watching a tutorial. That's because I actually find it hard to think that much. So I was like, why don't I just find something that I've never done or I don't know how to do? Like, I just find a way to do it. Like, it will help a little. I don't know. It's pretty much an experiment to see how I can deal with creative blocks. I've tried movies, I've tried games, I've tried many things, but they're all temporary. Like, you get bored of them sometimes. Like good vlogs, like movies and stuff. So like, why don't I find a way to rack my brain? Like, just find a way to figure something out that I basically have no idea of, and came up with starting with 2D character animation. So I think for the 2D character animation, blah blah, I first have to design a character. I first have to find a way to create a character, which I'm just going to create some sort of a cartoonish character with shapes and stuff. I'm going to draft the storyboard and head on into After Effects and see what I can do. I'm sure there's going to be a very bad result at the end of this video because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just without any further ado, let's enter the actual video itself and stop my blabbering. So now the thing is, I'm gonna be needing something to stand on as a reference. As into my storyboard, I'm going to be standing on a skateboard, as you guys have already seen. And I found something which I can stand on, so I'm just going to have to just film a reference, help me with my keyframes when I'm animating inside of After Effects. So I just finished with the character right now. I couldn't finish the whole recording because I formatted my machine and I lost my recorder, so I was using the Windows recorder, which is a very big bummer, so I couldn't get every single thing. But I'll be displaying the character I created on board before I get into the actual animation inside of After Effects.
Alright, so inside of After Effects, import every single thing that I created inside of Photoshop, and I'm just going to create a new composition. Now the first thing I'm just going to do is import everything in a chronological order. I don't know if you know what I mean. I first start with the skateboard, this, then this. So I'm pretty sure I've got this right. Now I just need to scale everything to fit my composition because I wasn't using the 1920 by 1080p inside of Photoshop. So I think I'm just going to have to tackle the legs first before I go to whatever the hell that I'm going to. I definitely have an idea that I'm going to be moving the character up and down, and some things have to be parent whipped to some things. Like the body is going to be parent whipped to the neck. However the body moves, the neck also has to move that way. So I think I'm just going to start with the parent whips because however the head moves, the body must also move that way. And the upper hand too, yeah, should be parent whipped to the body. Alright, so that's pretty much it. So now we're going to be using rotation keyframes, obviously. So I think I now have to place the anchor points of whatever I'm going to be rotating at specific places, because if I rotate this, it's going to be rotating from the middle, which is a very, very dumb idea. So at this point I have a pretty good rigged character. If I rotate my upper hand this way, it rotates the whole hand. Alright, if I rotate the body this way, yes, wonderful. So now I'm going to start by duplicating my legs because I'm going to have two legs, not one leg there. Then I'm going to make sure it's something red. As you know, if something is inside, it definitely needs to have some sort of a shadow. So excellent. I'm actually going to be using a time span of 10 frames for each movement inside of the animation. I'm going to move to like the 10th frame here. Just going to have to create position keyframes and rotation keyframes. Alright, so since this and these are parent whip, there's no need to create position keyframes. Alright, so this, then the rotation. Great. Damn, I actually don't know what I'm doing. So it starts from a resting pose like this, then it goes down, then it has to rotate a little bit this way. Yes, it actually has to go in front, then bend, then go down. Alright, so goes this way, then this bends a little bit. Then when I move to the 20th frame, I want this to actually come down to 0. Then I want this to be straightened, and this actually very bent. I'm actually very confused right now. Okay, so I need the position to go down, so it actually touches the floor or something. So now I just need to create a simple rectangle to show where my floor actually is, and my leg should be landing a little bit under the skateboards. Alright, so I'm sure this is okay. No, I think I just need to bend this leg a little bit. Then it goes back 1 second like this, and it goes to the back. This actually has to rotate to the back, and it has to go on top a little bit. Yeah. Then this rotation needs to come back to 0. Then this rotation has to, so then it comes back normal. So let me copy this, paste it here. Oh, so I think he has to do it twice. So then I go back again, then I copy this keyframe and then paste it here, copy this too, then copy. Now let me press N here, play back the animation and see how weird this is actually going to look. Alright, so this actually looks very good for me. Okay, so this actually looks good for me, but I'm coming. I don't want it to rest here. Okay, so now let me delete all these keyframes here. Good. And now what I actually don't like here is the whole thing being blockish and stuff, but I'm sure I'm going to deal with that later. Great. So now I just need to animate this one too. Now how do I go about that? Position keyframes, I need only the top one, and the rotation keyframes, I'll be needing all of you. The position also has to be the same as this, so I can just copy the position keyframes for this here, so they all move at the same time. Now the only thing I have to do is make sure that the leg here is actually always stuck to the plane. It's stuck on the skateboard because two legs cannot be moving at the same time. On this keyframe here, this always has to be where it's always supposed to be. It doesn't have to move. So I'm just going to bring a ruler in here. When I move in this way, this can actually rotate itself a little bit this way. Then this can rotate itself. No, this always has to be straight. No. Alright, I'm coming. Yep, this way. Then this also goes in like this. No, this doesn't look good. Oh my goodness. Oh, this actually looks cool a little bit. Alright, so let me just go on with it and see how it's going to end up. This actually looks cool to me, if you ask. Very cool. I can't believe I actually did this. It actually looks cool to me, if you ask. Even though the leg doesn't really remain on the skateboard, but it actually looks cool to me, if you ask. So I'm just going to do the body. Alright, so let me see whether I can copy the position for the shots and see whether it will work for me. Yeah, it actually worked. So now when he moves down, he actually is supposed to rotate himself, his body like this, and then it's going to leave a whole lot of space like this on our character. Okay, so I'm coming. Let me just correct that with the position. Yeah, okay, so this actually okay, it looks okay to me. Then the rotation goes a little bit backwards, then he goes in, then he comes back to okay, something like this. Now I think I have to animate the hand. Yeah, so the upper hand actually has to start first. Now I just need to create some sort of an environment behind me. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm coming. I'm just going to head on into Photoshop. So I want to make this some sort of a loop animation. So let's say after 5 seconds, everything should actually still be the same. So I'm just going to it's actually a loop animation now, and I'm actually impressed with this being my first character animation. Like, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna render this out and play on the screen so you guys can see it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this pretty much brings us to the end of today's video. If you want to see me keep making these series, you can please leave it in the comment section. If this is your first time watching, kindly hit the subscribe button, leave a like and leave a comment on the video or whichever awkward video you want me to try out. And that's pretty much it for today's episode. I hope I see you in the next video.